Hey everybody, my name's Meredith Michael and I teach AP Environmental Science and Marine Science for one Schoolhouse. And I'm just going to show you a couple things that I've learned using an add-on to PowerPoint called Office Mix. It's a really fantastic little program and it allows you to take a PowerPoint presentation and be able to create something like a screencast lecture for your students where you have audio and video, if you'd like, that go along with each of the slides, and you're able to do markup on the slides as well that the students can see, and it coordinates with your audio and video. One of the great things about it too is that it allows you to add some little formative assessments as you go. So you can add some quizzes, you can add multiple choice questions, essay questions, true, false, any kind of little ways that you like to assess as you go. And so I'll take you through just a couple of the ways that I've been using it. There's a lot more than what I'm going to show you, but this is just what I've found most useful so far, and maybe you'll find it useful as well. So first things first, in order to get this add-on, the add-on is called Office Mix, and it'll show up in PowerPoint. So if you have Microsoft PowerPoint downloaded, it'll show up here at the top of the screen under Mix. But in order to get it, you first have to go and download it. So you would you would just Google Office Mix, and it shows up as a add-on as part of Microsoft. So you go there, and then you, click Get Office Mix. It'll prompt a download. You simply download it to your computer, and then as soon as it's completed, then you open up PowerPoint, and you should see it right here at the top. So I'm going to use an example, one of my lecture slides for AP Environmental Science. And so I've opened up the PowerPoint document, and I go here to Mix, and it will tell me what I can do with it. So there's a slide recording, which is what I've been using and what I'll show you today. That's where you can record audio, video, and digital ink, so you can mark up the slides. Quizzes and video apps, and I'll be showing you that as well. That's where you can insert some formative assessment tools as you go through the lecture. Screen recording functions very similar to Screencast-O-Matic. You create a video recording of your screen and then you insert it on the slide, which is nice too. So if you're trying to show them something using other programs or using a web browser on your computer, you can insert that into the slides. You can take a screenshot, insert video that you've recorded or other forms of video, insert audio, and then here you can preview, and we'll be doing that in a moment. And then you simply upload it to Office Mix. And so if you have a Microsoft account, which you will need to have in order to upload, or you have a place to upload this, this document, and then you can then distribute it. It's going to be web-based. You can distribute it to your students, and I'll show you how to do that as well. To get started here, we'll go to Slide Recording. We click on Slide Recording, and it's going to open up a different screen. But the first thing it's going to say is that your PowerPoint is saved in a file format that needs to be changed. So the first thing we do about that is go to File, Save As, and see you've got your file name up here. I'm going to change it just so it's more useful for me. And it's going to say Chapter 4. Screencast, and I'm going to go to the type of file. I'm going to save it as PPTX instead of PPT. So we save it that way, save it to whatever, I'll change it to lecture, just save it to wherever you'd like to save it, and then it should be ready to be used. It may tell you that the presentation might contain some symbols or some hyperlinks on diagrams, so some items that they can't use in the PPTX format. So far I haven't found any problems with this, but if you see that, then just hit OK. Alright, so now we should be able to mix this. So we go to Slide Recording, and it opens up this screen here. And so for this screen, this is going to show you what you can be doing during your recording. Over here you can turn on a camera if you'd like. I have it set on no camera. I've been recording these just with my audio, just with my voice. But you can set up your camera and it would show you something very similar to what you see now with me with Screencast-O-Matic, where you'd have your video at the bottom of the screen. And then it gives you the option of what microphone to use. So you can use your computer, or if you have a better microphone to attach, you can do that as well. So here's the inking. So for the inking, you can select pen thickness, so fine, medium, or thick, and different colors. If you happen to have a stylus or you have something like a Microsoft Surface, which is what I'm using, that makes it really easy because you're going to write directly on the screen as you record, and that's pretty cool. So you can just pick a color and you can draw and scribble all over, and we're going to do that shortly as we get started. So then we simply go up here to record, and so when we record, it's going to capture your voice slide by slide. So it's not going to be like one continuous video where you go from one slide to another. It's going to save it, save the audio on each slide independently. This can be good because if you make a mistake, then you simply, instead of having to start your entire recording from the beginning, you can simply go to Edit Slide Recording, and you delete the recording just for that slide, and you can start over. This is very helpful, I've found. You can also add slide notes as you go along as well, and I don't have any to show, but in some cases PowerPoint has little notes like presenter notes on the bottom, and you can show those too. Okay, so to just give you a little example, I'm going to go to record, and right now I am recording. So I'm recording my voice for this first slide that says Chapter 4, Global Climates and Biomes, and I'm going to select some ink, and I'm going to use my stylus, and I'm going to draw all over this, and I'm going to circle this tree. Okay, so now I've hit the stop button, and I have recorded both my voice and the inking for this slide. So then I can go to next slide. You can keep it recording. You don't have to stop recording when you go from one slide to another. You can just hit next slide, and it will take you to the next slide, and it will just pick up with your voice then. So just as this example, now I'm going to do a preview slide recording, and it will take me here. And right now I am recording. So I'm recording my voice for this first slide that says Chapter 4, Global Climates and Biomes. And I'm going to select some ink, and I'm going to use my stylus, and I'm going to draw all over this, and I'm going to circle this tree. So as you can see, it works really well. It's going to show them sort of in real time your recording and your inking of the slides, so that's nice. So when you've gone through all of your slides and you're finished, you would hit close, and now it's going to take you back to this view of PowerPoint. So you'll see all your inking and your markups. The next thing you might want to do is, let's say you want to add a formative assessment as you go. So to do that, it's best to put them on a separate slide, and the reason is if I've recorded my voice and markup on one slide, it won't, and I guess Mix just hasn't gotten to this point yet, it won't let me insert quizzes and video apps on that same slide. They have to kind of keep them separate. So you'll want to, you'll want to go to Home and New Slide, and then you insert a slide, whatever format you'd like. I like to do it with a title just so I can put something fun like quiz time. And then I'm going to go back to the Mix tab, and I'm going to insert, go here to Quizzes and Video Apps. So for this part, it'll give you add-ins, and you can select the type of quiz that you'd like. So, and there's other apps. I haven't really experimented with these other apps yet, but they look pretty cool, and there could be some good uses for those as well. So if I want, say, a multiple choice quiz, I click on that. Wants me to trust it. I'm going to trust it for an add-in. And so here I can simply put a question. So for this question, is this a nice tree? That's going to be my question there. Okay. So then I might add some sort of an answer. Yes, no, and I don't know, maybe. Okay, so you can add questions, and that way you can select options to shuffle answers, allow multiple choices or multiple answers to the same question. You can limit attempts, so it gives you some options. So then you hit preview, and that's your quiz, and you can move it around on your page. I tend to add a couple of them on the same slide. You can change the shape and so on. Okay, so let's say that we've added our quizzes, we've added our video and our voice and our markups, and we're done. We're ready for this to be uploaded to Mix. So then we go to Mix, and we go to Upload to Office Mix. So it's going to first ask you to sign in. It's going to say, let's see, prepare. I'm just going to hit Next at the bottom. It may ask you to sign into your Microsoft account, so that would be the next step. Let's see, not responding. Just take a minute. Here we go. So sign in with your Microsoft account, and in my case it remembers mine, but it might have you sign in. Are you uploading a new mix or updating an existing one? I'm uploading a new one. Playback on mobile devices. I haven't used this function yet, so I don't know how much longer it takes to do that, but then they can watch this video offline, so that might be something helpful. So then you hit next, and it's just going to take a moment. Let's see. There we go. It'll take a moment, it'll tell you that it's processing, and it's going to create your slide on Office Mix. And so then I'll show you where that takes us next, and then how to embed it onto Haiku. And like I said, it really goes pretty seamlessly. It's amazing how easily this works. Okay, so now it says it's 100% uploaded and processed, and so now I click Show Me My Mix. And so this will take us to the website. So remember, this is a web-based document now, and so it'll give you some options, what to save the title. If you want, you can add a description. It makes you add a category, so for mine it would be science, and let's put AP Environmental Science. Something you do need to do is change the permissions and sharing. This will make it so that your students can actually view it. I go from limited to unlisted. If it's limited, it means that they have to sign into their Microsoft account to view it, and that can be an extra step that might, I don't know, be prohibitive in terms of their ability to watch your video. So unlisted, and that means anybody with a link can view it. So then we go to save. You have to save those changes first, and then you go to embed, and it'll give you the link to embed. So I'm going to go to Haiku, and while it's loading, I'll copy the link. I always pick medium. You can experiment with small and large for that. And so I go to AP Environmental Science, and the page I want to put this on, oops, this is week 4. So you may have a different way that you've set this up, but I tend to have it structured so that I've got a screencast at the beginning of every unit. And then so add content block, and for here I go to embed the web, and if you just do a search for Office Mix, it'll pop right up. And I go search, and I'm ready to paste. So you've got your embed code ready, you paste, hit next, and then same thing, it'll give you the options of week 4 screencast is what I'm going to say. And save. Oops, I want to move it so it's bigger. Back. There we go. Okay, so this is what it's going to look like on your page and for your students. So all they have to do is hit play. And sometimes it does take a minute to load. That's the only downside I found, is that it can be a little bit slow to start up in the beginning, but once it gets going, it goes pretty smoothly. There aren't really any problems that I've found yet. So, wait for it to load. Okay. There we go.
So I'm recording my voice for this first slide that says Chapter 4, Global Climates and Biomes. And I'm going to select some ink, and I'm going to use my stylus, and I'm going to draw all over this.
So as you can see, the students can they can actually go slide by slide. So this is the only slide I recorded any audio on, just because for testing and demo purposes here. But students, if they'd like, can skip to the next slide. They can skip straight to the quiz, and so the quiz shows up embedded within the slide, and they can select their answer, hit submit. That is correct. If it's not correct on this one, it can tell them and they can try again. It depends on how you have the settings for your quiz. Okay, so then that gives them some instant feedback, which is nice. And so then it just immediately skips to the next slide, and they can click through the slides at the rate that they'd like. They can go back if they want to listen to another, a previous slide. So that's basically how Office Mix works. I'm really happy with how it has worked for me so far. I'm sure it has some quirks that they're still working out, but if you have any questions, just let me know, and I hope you have fun experimenting with it as well.